David walked toward his classroom down the school corridor, his feet moving as if reluctantly backward, thinking, a new environment, a new home, a new neighborhood, new neighbors. Maybe I can handle all of that? But how am I supposed to deal with the bullying from kids my own age? At the same time, he silently prayed not to run into the boys who bullied him. He didn't want to talk about it at home or upset his family, yet he felt helpless, as if he were weak for not being able to cope. Still, this wasn't how he had been raised. He had grown up learning that raising one's voice, bullying, and both physical and psychological violence were always wrong. How could he possibly behave like them now? His mother sensed that something was wrong. She held him with love and reminded him that he could always talk to her. David didn't want to burden such a gentle, kind-hearted mother by telling her what was happening. His father had always been his guide. When David finally mentioned the situation to him, his father advised him to first talk to the bullies and try to understand why they behaved that way. Yes, that sounded reasonable. But, unfortunately, those pitiful souls, who fed only on cruelty and satisfied their egos through aggression and brute force, understood nothing of humane conversation. David's arrival at the school later than the others, his success in classes, and his noticeable achievements in every activity he joined were impossible for these unsuccessful, affection-starved individuals to accept. If one bully stopped, another would begin in the corridor. Yet David had made a promise, especially to himself and his family. He would never do anything that didn't suit who he was. His family had taught him that evil could never be solved with evil. In life, everything is known by its opposite: good by bad, illness by health, wealth by poverty. What truly mattered were the choices one made, and David chose goodness. It was difficult, exhausting, and draining, but he believed that the Creator always stood by the good. With this faith, he kept himself strong and never strayed from his path. His family's love and care meant everything to him. Lost in these thoughts, he stepped outside for some fresh air. From a distance, he heard voices. Driven by curiosity, he walked toward the sound and froze in surprise. One of the boys who had bullied him at school, who believed himself invincible, had been beaten by another group. He was in great pain, especially from the blows to his legs. Without hesitating for a second, David acted only out of concern for his classmates' well-being. He took off the scarf around his neck, carefully wrapped it around the boy's leg, fearing it might be broken, called an ambulance, and made sure he was taken to the nearest hospital. The next day, David went to visit him in the hospital, holding a bouquet of flowers. When he entered the room, he saw the very boy who had once treated him rudely every day, the one David had wondered how he could ever cope with, now standing before him in tears, apologizing sincerely and admitting how disrespectful and unjust he had been. Once again, David witnessed the victory of kindness. What happened that day not only turned the two into close friends, but also made David an even more beloved student at school. Because the truth was simple and singular. Goodness always wins, both in this world and in the next.